most talented kids that we've had in our program, and I'm really proud of everybody. I look at the 2006 team, that was the starting point. We brought them with. The picture was in our room. Every kid who's been in our program should be memorable. Thanks, Bill. Thank you.
Coach Mastandrea has been a vital part of the Glenbard West experience and has impacted numerous lives through his passion for athletics and teaching.
In 2015, the girls' volleyball team made their deepest state run in more than 3 decades, losing in the state championship match. The season was bittersweet. Mastandrea still cites their season as one that is close to his heart.
Definitely from the beginning of the season in the summer, a big goal for us that Coach had and that we had as a team was to go down state. So ever since the beginning of the season in the summer, we really worked super hard to get down there and do everything we could to make sure that happened.
That I brag about or really take pride in is I've coached probably 20,000 kids. And if you show me a team picture from 1978, I honestly believe I'll have a story for each one of them. You always want to be that person that says, hey, what's the best I can do? And how many people around me can I affect? You know what, if you sit there and you sulk about a loss, you're not a winner. A winner is going to be a champion, a true champion, and handling an adverse situation really defines the integrity of the person. That's why I'm here. I mean, yeah, it's great to win all the time. Everyone feels good, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen all the time.
He's very good at managing people, I always say. So, like, he's very great at figuring out what a person's strengths are and then trying to utilize those strengths while at the same time, like, best manage any weaknesses he has to make sure that the group is always succeeding.
You know, it's the hours that he put in. It's the summer camp. It's watching film. It's getting your kids to buy in. It's having a little bit of success and building off of that success and making small things important so the kids feel.
Brought the girls program really from the bottom up to where we are today. I mean, he really turned the whole program around. And I think what makes him so successful is that he's just so passionate about everything that he does, and not just about coaching and winning, but really about like the girls.
He really tries to get to know them on a personal level to figure out what motivates them, because it's different for all athletes. We'll see somebody out in the hall and he'll really make it a point to say hello and how are you doing, and he actually really means it. He's very sincere in how he talks to his players.
I think because he cares, that's just the thing. Like, if he's caring about you, you automatically as a human have to care back about what he wants and what so if he's showing that like compassion or that energy or that like just interest in you, it's very hard to ignore that. Whether you're a kid that's like running around the track for him in PE class and he says, hey, I want you to be part of my AMT, my All Mastandrea team. Or if you're a kid who's on the floor who's like, God, I'm just so tired of practice, he will get the best out of you, and he knows when to tune it up and when not to. So like there's some days where things are very emotional with the team, or he realizes that they've like just had a huge loss or something and he doesn't want to beat up on them. And there's other days where they're getting a little too high on themselves, or they're just like unfocused because maybe homecoming's next weekend or something. And he just tunes up his volume or his energy, and then the kids respond. So I think he's, like I said, the master of taking people and getting the most out of them.
Team sports, a gym class here at Glenbard West, is one of the most popular courses for students to enroll in. The class serves as an alternative to intramural sports. Mastandrea brings passion and excitement to physical education, which too often is not taken seriously.
You get an environment of kids trying to compete, which is what we're trying to do with team sports. I think the play is elevated, the enthusiasm is there, and I think the effort is just off the charts. So I love saying I don't teach PE, I teach life lessons. I wake up every morning hoping that I can be a positive influence with one kid every day in some fashion, some manner.
Love Mastandrea, the passion with which he teaches the class and keeps everyone in line. It's pretty fun to see, pretty fun to interact with him.
Everybody loves Coach Mastandrea. He's the commissioner. He's the person that's going to motivate everybody to do everything that they can to be their best. He's been part of so many successful teams and is probably one of the most successful coaches that I know. And you can't help but love him when you meet him.
Will Church, former Glenbard West student and volleyball player, was coached by Pete Mastandrea throughout his time at Glenbard West.
Was, talking about how you needed to step up in your life because next thing you know, next week you'll be walking at graduation. But he provided a lot of useful advice and mentorship and really caring guy.
Work on the fly, here's a problem, here's the situation, and then here's how to problem solve it. He can think so creatively and so quickly that it's quite inspiring.
I mean, it's his generosity. So, he is one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. He is constantly going to give his time up. He's going to give up all his efforts, his compliments. He's always encouraging. He's very generous, even with money. He buys kids, cupcakes, or he buys them, dinner or something, just to show that he cares. And he helped me move, for goodness sakes, into my new house. He's just constantly volunteering himself for other people. And I think that's pretty awesome in coaching because he eventually gets it back from his players. So eventually his players will give that back to him in either the effort they put on the court or the love they show him after they're graduated. But he's just one of those people that's always stuck in my mind, I want to try and be that generous when I get to that position.
So he'd sometimes come up the elevator before coming out into the film room, and he'd just be screaming some insane language that nobody really understood, and then all of a sudden he'd open the door and start singing the Rocky theme song, and nobody really knew what was going on, but I don't know, it kind of got you focused and ready to go.
He just said that is last year during the boys' state playoff run, when he decided that the pep talks that we had been giving weren't good enough, and he went behind a door and began to scream as though he was the voice of God or something about us being disrespected or us not being able to live up to the hype or us being a fluke. I remember it was a word he kept using. So and everybody immediately gave him a rousing standing ovation, and he was the best. It's probably the best speech I've ever seen in 20 years of coaching. And it was so him. That's exactly who he is. You never know when you're going to get it. And I know he didn't plan it. It was just something he did 5 minutes before and just on the fly. And that's one thing that sticks out to me for sure.
In this athletic department and the PD department, and really without him, I don't know where we'd be. Because we look to him as a leader from that standpoint.
Look at my job that I have is not work, and I think that's the important thing for you guys is as you're developing the future in your lives to look at a job that you can have that's not work. I enjoy every day being in the gym with the young whippersnappers, the young teenage boys that turn into young men right before my eyes is just an amazing job that I have that to me is fun. It's not working one bit. So if I left an impression, I don't know. Like I said, I just enjoy coming to work every day and having fun.